Now, Clarkson may sound like he's defending the BBC here, but in the last paragraph, he drops them right in it. Hi, it's me again, and I always read Clarkson's column in The Sun. I quite like a bit of Jezza, I like my car shows. I just quite like Clarkson. We're all allowed to like what we like, right? But he was talking about the BBC and the licence fee in his last column in The Sun, and I thought we could talk about it today because it's quite interesting information. It does sound a bit like he's defending the BBC, and I do disagree with a lot of it. But in the last paragraph that we'll get to in a couple of minutes' time, he really does drop the BBC in it and gives us some important information. It's good. It's that time of year when the BBC is forced to publish the salaries of all its big-name stars so we can all run around being cross. Not me, though. But me, though, Jeremy. All right, me. I was very cross. Why are you not cross? Orla Guerin is on 164 grand a year. That's more than the Prime Minister would get if we had one. And naturally, people are wondering how she could possibly be paid so much when she's only on screen for a few seconds a month. I'll tell you why. She's a war correspondent. She spends her life sleeping in sewage pipes and underground car parks, dodging bullets and bombs on a daily basis. I'm not sure I believe much of that. She's staying in hotels, mostly. It's not like there's World War III out there, is it? There's plenty of hotels still open. She's not sleeping in sewer pipes and hiding in bombshells and stuff, is she? She's in a press room in a hotel. But anyway, you know more about it than me, Jeremy, so I'll let that one slide. What about Naga Manchetti? She doesn't have to go to work through the hail of machine gun fire. She doesn't have to do a toilet on a battlefield. So why, when she does all this and sit on a sofa to read an autocue, will she trouser £369,000? It's a good question. Why is Naga Manchetti worth that amount of money? I never hear many people say good things about her broadcasting ability. When she's at the supermarket, in the loos, at a motorway service station, at a funeral, she will never be allowed to pop to the shops in odd socks and no bra. She will have to be careful what she says to everyone. And even if she's tired and stressed out, she'll never be able to tell anyone to bugger off because they will say they pay her wages, so she's their property. This is what people forget about fame. They think it's a life of red carpets and the best tables in restaurants, but in reality, it's an open prison. And to make it worse, the BBC is forced to publish your salary so that people in the street can sneer at you and point out that old people are starving to death so they can afford to pay the licence fee. Well, I've got zero sympathy. Zero sympathy. You want it to be a newsreader, you want it to be on TV, you want it to take the big job on BBC Breakfast. You knew what would come of it. You knew you're going to get celebrity status and people are going to want to talk to you in the street. And that's partly why you did it anyway, to feed your ego, isn't it? That's why they do it. So I've got no sympathy for that. They know what they're getting into. They can stop being famous, whenever they want. There's no problem. But this is the bit that I found really interesting in this article. Perhaps that's why there's no mention of Sir David Attenborough in the published salary list. There's no way in hell he's paid less than Gary Lineker. But to make sure we don't know what he's on, which may expose the national treasure to ridicule, he'll get his cash from the secretive BBC Studios, an organisation that doesn't have to publish salary information. How do I know this? Because that's what I used to do. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. BBC Studios shouldn't allow to be a private company. If you're going to trade under the BBC name, it has to be all public. You know, you can sell your shows and you can distribute them all around the world for profit and all of that. That's great. Good for you. That's capitalism. No problem with it. But if you're going to trade under the BBC name, it has to come under the main BBC. That's all open and all public and all funded by you. And any money they make should come off the licence fee allowance for next year. BBC Studios makes a lot of money. And BBC Studios wouldn't exist without the BBC you pay the licence fee to, because that BBC that you pay your licence fee to is their biggest customer. They make the shows and they sell them to BBC for your licence fee cash. But then they can also sell them all over the shop. And yeah, like I said, the biggest stars are under the BBC Studios umbrella. So like he said there, what was it? Sir David Attenborough. You know, you can't tell me he doesn't earn more than 1.3 million quid a year from the BBC. But you'll never know because he's under BBC Studios, which is a private company. And that's what Jezza used to do. You can't have it both ways, BBC. You know, you're trading under the BBC name to get some prestige, to be able to sell your shows all around the world. If you're going to trade under the BBC name, it all has to be in one bit, the normal BBC. And then we can all know exactly what happens there. If you want to be a private commercial company called BBC, do it and stop charging people licence fees. Well, I just thought that was interesting to talk about, that he happened to mention that. It did sound a bit like he was defending the BBC for a while, and then he came out with that. I mean, BBC Studios, they've got BBC Distribution, BBC Productions. I think it's like 10 private companies that call themselves BBC something or other, and it shouldn't be allowed. It should not be allowed. But let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And that way, hopefully, I'll get to see you in another video again, why not? Ta-da!